Hi and welcome everyone, my name is Korpen, and this last weekend there was a A-26 Invader challenge. I wanted to just produce some kind of content while I was grinding out the plane for the challenge, or the amount of wins that you had to get for the challenge. And this is actually my first game. I'm in the T-34-85. And I decided to grind the achievement in RB, tank RB mainly. I did have a few games of air arcade, but I couldn't really stomach more than maybe 5 games. And then I went back to the tank RB again. And I got on a really lucky roll there with something like 9 wins in a row. So I chose the T-34-85 just because I know that this tank is good, and the teams that have T-34-85s in them tend to win quite often. So as always in the medium tank I'm flanking. I spot the tiger here and I move up on his flank, and then I get knocked out by a freaking bot. Since when did bots knock out tanks? That must be a recent change to the game. I've never seen that before. And then we were off to the next game. And this time we were on Eastern Europe. Probably one of my favorite maps in the game as of now, really. I do really love this map. It has a very good mixture between urban combat and rolling hills and open landscapes. And I really do believe that Gajen has nailed this map pretty good when it comes to map design. I've chosen to show you a couple of clips here that are some really good examples of some good gameplay. Here I've moved up, right up the middle, next to the river. It seems like players on rank 3 and up tend to not go along the river. And if you just split down the main street or the center walkway next to the river, you can easily get up on the flank of tanks, such as these tigers here. Now these are 3 tigers that I encountered in the matter of 30 seconds. And I knocked 2 of them out with 3 shots only. This guy, however, he's smelled the danger hanging in the air, so he's actually turned around, but I'm kind of panicking here, calling down some RT, and then I have a look at the map and I can see that there are at least 3 allied tanks behind him, so he gets knocked out right away. Take some hits from, or I take a hit from the left side, and I'm in no condition of answering the fire, so I'm trying to get to my teammates for the cover. Even running right into my own RT here. Almost get the kill, but I can't roll over Panzer IV turret apparently, so I park behind the burnt out husk of a tank here, and I spot the Jagdpanzer IV, I believe it is. Yeah, it's the Jagdpanzer IV. Just because I have somewhat of an opportunity for a shot on him, I fire and I kill his loader. My main complaint about the achievement, I have a few complaints actually, but they're mainly related to the same thing. And the thing I'm thinking of is the amount of activity that you have to have in the game in order for it to be accepted as a win. For you who did not play the game this weekend, maybe I should explain to you what the challenge was about. To get the A-26 Invader, also known as the $1,000 plane, because it cost around $1,000 when the game was released, and it was a really rare thing to get a hold of. I can't really remember why you had to spend that much money, but I think it was like a limited edition release pack that you got the plane in. In order to get it, you needed to get 25 victories within a 24-hour time frame. And within those 25 victories, you needed to have at least 80% activity in the game. I guess that they have that kind of high number just as a insurance that people won't just load out a bot program to make a computer drive their tank through the battle doing absolutely nothing, or just log in and wait for the win to come to them by doing nothing, you know, while they're watching YouTube or something like that. The problem is that with 80%, it means that you can't get knocked out. If you do, you will be away for a sufficient amount of time from the battle that you will be disqualified from getting that win to be accounted for in your challenge. So that's a bit of an issue. I would really like to see Gaijin, if they're going to have a challenge like this, that they choose maybe 50% in the next challenge, or even 60 would do a lot. You know, because I had a lot of nice victories where I was ending up on the 59%, 67%, and that was only because I got knocked out and I chose to spawn in a plane, and it takes a certain amount of time for the plane to get to the front, and just because I had to travel to the front, or I got my plane damaged and I had to return to base and get back, the game was ruined. It didn't matter that I scored a lot of kills, you know, it didn't matter at all. So yeah, it was a bit of an issue for me, but at the same time it was quite funny, you know, it forced me to play in a very aggressive manner, and I seldom do that because I don't need to, you know. I have other tactics that will get me through the game in a much more safer manner. But what you're looking at here in the video is me playing extremely aggressive with all the tactics that I know of, and that is flanking and using my speed to my benefit. And as you can see here, I completely flanked these guys trying to defend the northern flank on the Poland map, and yeah, they got shredded. There's nothing left there, and they're all dead. And just because I blitzed right through the center of the map. So yeah. But reading through the comments in the general chat while waiting for my game in the lobby to start, I could really tell that there was a huge issue with this activity barrier in order to get a win to count. You know, people who were driving out or who were flying out planes in RB could just not get enough activity rating in order for their games to account for in the achievement. You know, and it's no wonder, because you spend 5 to 6 minutes to get up into altitude in air RB in order to just have a decent chance of winning the game. So yeah, no wonder that those guys were suffering in the event. Another thing that kind of bugged me about the event was, or the achievement, was that they did not make any difference between arcade mode or realistic mode or simulator battle mode. So if you played simulator battle mode, you still had to get 80% activity in the battle, and you still had to get 25 victories, and that is very much in the simulator battle mode, since the battles might last for 25-30 minutes, and they often do, you know. It would have been better if they had based the achievement on a kill count or something like that, or maybe just one games in general, but with a lot lesser amount of activity needed. But nevertheless, I kinda enjoyed the achievement, or I kinda enjoyed the challenge, really. It was a bit hard on my shoulder though, playing this game for, I don't know, 10 to... I believe I played the game for 14 hours to get this bloody plane. And that's insane with a broken collarbone, but yeah, it hurt, but I got it done in the end. What don't you do for science, you know? Or what don't you do for reviews? But I really wanted that plane, and in the end I got it. As I'm just blabbering away, ranting away about War Thunder and the challenge in general, and the day as a whole, we're actually seeing quite nice footage that I captured. I wanted to record every game that I had. Since I had to have 25 victories, I knew for certain that at least 2 or 3 of them would provide me with some great content. And I do apologize that I'm using the T-34-85 for another video. I had not planned to do that, but since the challenge was get an X amount of victories in one 24-hour period, I couldn't dare playing the US, the UK or the German tanks, because let's be honest, the Russian tanks tend to dominate in this game. So I stuck around with the T-34s. And here's a flying duck, the HS-129 with the 75mm ground attack anti-tank cannon. But he has my number now, and look at the next attack run that he does. It's insane. And here I make a mistake, I park and I stop, and thus giving him a lot of time to line up a shot. He hits me, knocks out my gunner, and then with the next shot he knocks out my friend there, a T-34-85. So we nearly knocked out 2 tanks with 2 shots. That's some very good aiming with that gun and that plane. So once again, I want vengeance now. I want revenge for my fallen comrade. I fire, I miss. Tried to use the machine gun, but my machine gunner is dead. And the gunner had to reload the coaxial machine gun. So instead I just move over to the cap zone to start capping. And there's another German plane inbound, or it's not inbound on our position but on the town. I decide to move instead, but I can see he's lining up another shot here, and I just want to finish him off. And I fire, and I clip the wing in 2 with that round. So that's kill number 5 for the game. And then I cap the zone, and yeah, I decided to cut the battle there because nothing much happened for the remaining 2.5 minutes of the game, something like that. But the last game now, it's something that I recorded right after it had occurred, and that was the last game of the achievement challenge. So I am going to leave it to my historical Corpen, who commented on that replay file the second after he had saved it on the computer. So enjoy, and ladies and gentlemen, historic Corpen coming right up. So initially I thought that I would record the last game, but I kinda just forgot, you know, it's late now at night. But this is the last game. Yes, I did it. I did get the A6 A-26, sorry, Invader. It took me 14 hours, so as I am recording this... Oh, we are not going to... Sorry, we will not have any name tags. No markers, because that's not what I was seeing in the game. Yeah, it's been a horrific grind. So to you who did not do this, don't feel sorry, because you haven't missed anything, you know. I even ended up playing arcade for a while, just playing random arcade air battles. I haven't done that in, I don't know, 1.5 years. But anyway, I spot my first tiger here. Attempt to penetrate the side of the turret. But it seems like the tank is a little bit angled. Second shot goes in. Disables the cannon breach. And I believe it killed the gunner as well. And after that he bailed the tank. So I got the kill, I believe. I'm not sure though. And I take a unlucky hit there from a tank that I didn't see. And yeah, the crew in the turret are knocked out. So now we only have 2 crew members in this tank. And that Panzer IV is really feeling like having a go at me, but somebody else knocks him out first. So that was pretty lucky. Still, I'm firing. Maybe we should have a look at the markers anyway. Let's do that. And I've chosen to record this replay after the battle happened for a few reasons. And the main reason is that I'm going up against tigers here. And I defeat them, a number of them. So let's see how we do. Of course I have help from a team. I could never do this alone. But I'm looking for a way around this tiger. And then I spot another tiger there in the gully on the far side. So I just take my chances, move up, fire, he's dead. I did not see that panther on the right there, on the far side of the mound. Instead I move up, and I'm thinking here that probably the tank or the tiger is trying to move up on my left. So let's just climb this ridge. And as I'm climbing, I can spot that panther over there. Turns out the tiger right next to me got knocked out. I did not see that. He was just disabled. But reversing down there, I could see another tiger. And I'm kind of looking for a opportunity for a shot on him. The tiger takes a hit from something else. He gets distracted. I come up. He starts turning. I fire. Knock out this gunner. But that's it. All of a sudden I'm taking automatic cannon fire from that AAA vehicle. The other tiger has been knocked out. And we proceed to knock out the panther. But he gets knocked out as well. So yeah, not too bad. I remember the AAA vehicle. Do want to knock that vehicle out, because those AAA lorries can be a pain in the butt sometimes. As you can see here, he's putting down RT on me. Yeah. So far we've scored, I believe, 1 tiger kill, but we've crippled several. And yeah, we have the 85mm gun on the T-34 to thank for that. Without that gun, I seriously doubt that we would have gotten through the side armor on those tigers in the kind of angles that we were facing them at. So somebody's pointed out that there's a heavy tank up here. Or maybe it was just the chevron pinging up on the map. So I decide to deal with him. Here you can see him moving across the screen. Unless you're colorblind, then you cannot see him. For that I am sorry. But here's the tiger who's gotten stuck on a rock or something like that. We can hit him in the side. And that angle that I hit the tiger in, that's the kind of angle that you want to hit any tiger with any gun. Hit them straight in the side like that, and you will disable them severely. I get kind of nervous. I don't want to take any more damage to the tank. So I reverse out and I fire at the same time. I spot that tiger over there. He has seen me as well. So instead of just hanging around, I roll up. I hope for the best that the tiger at my 12 o'clock is dead. Turns out my whole team has dealt with him, so that's good. So instead of just challenging the tiger I had on my right in a head-on duel or a standoff duel, I move around him instead. But I believe that Zack, the tiger driver, he's not that bad. He has situational awareness. Because he spots me here. So I had to fire on the go and I hit him right in, not the ammo rack, but I knocked out the crew in the turret. And that's a kill for me. So what's that? 2 tigers and maybe 2 killed tigers and maybe 2 or 3 damaged tigers and 1 damaged panther. So this is sizing up to be quite a good battle so far. Not a bad battle at all to end the winning streak that I had the last hour or so. I think I've had something like 4 to 5 games that were all victories. That was very nice. But in the end now, since I've been grinding this airplane for so long, I haven't been caring much about how I play. I've just been mindful to, or I've been focusing on just getting the battle activity to the right number. You want to be above 80%. And so I've been playing a bit carelessly or recklessly, taking risks and stuff. I controlled that tiger with the machine gun to see whether or not he was alive. Turns out he had been knocked out way back. Here I can spot that Ostwind, but he gets knocked out, so that doesn't matter really. I'm kind of contemplating on what to do here. Don't really want to hang around at their spawn, so move up to the right. Let's speed things up. I roll up this way and then I realize that hey, I am not at all on the way, the road here. I am indeed heading into their spawn as well. So I turn around and I believe that the last enemy player is probably some tank that have been hanging out somewhere, possibly up at 013. And sure enough, there's a heavy tank moving down. So I bide my time. Then I believe I decide to take a shot at him anyway. I checked to see whether if he'd seen me or not. Turns out he hasn't. Now he spotted me. So I fire. I want to track him, but I do not get the time enough to aim. So I have to take a quick reaction shot. And he answers the fire. So I put down some RT on him, just to distract him, and so that the RT can act as a smoke screen. And I'm getting ready to move up and try to track him when my RT scores a direct hit on him, disabling the turret ring, the gun, the cannon breach. I think it killed the loader and the gunner as well in the tank. And it ends up with him just J'ing out. He ditched the tank, so I got the kill for that one. Yeah, I think we'll end it here because there's not much happening for the rest of the game. But I thought it was a nice ending to the video. So let's jump over to the garage and have a look at the A-26 Invader, shall we?